Yo, peoples! Welcome back to Skyrim Daedric Hunt. We're on the third of the last to find, and this is going to be the Spellbreaker shield. First thing you want to do is either come across an afflictive person in your travels, or travel all the way here to the northeastern part of Markarth. You'll know you're in the right place because it's going to be slightly away from Karthwasten. And go here to the Shrine of Periite. And then you're going to want to speak to this guy.
Ah, a wanderer, yes. No, pilgrim, perhaps. You have come to commune with Periite, taskmaster and blighted lord, yes? Not everyone has the stomach required to entreat my lord. But Kesh likes you, friend. There is a way Periite may speak to us who will take him in. If you wish to commune with him, we'll need the incense. Yes, the incense. Fetch for me a deathbell flower, 1 silver ingot, a flawless ruby, and some vampire dust. Then, I will show you how.
Alright, so I already have the items required. The hardest of them is probably going to be the flawless ruby. But where I actually got one is, well, let me show you on the map. I thought that shadow was a dragon for a second. But where I got it is, if you see Skyhaven Temple right here, there's actually a path that leads to this spot here. And there's going to be a boat, like an empty boat, just like on the side of the shore near the sheer side of the Temple Mountain. So this is where I found both a flawless garnet, a flawless ruby, and a flawless diamond, along with a chest underneath the boat as well in the water, but I didn't bother to go in there. But that's where you can get the flawless ruby. That is the hardest of all the other things to get, unless you have like certain perks like I forgot what it was. Something for pickpocketing that lets you find more jewels out in the world. But there's numerous quests that you can go to, but this is by far the easiest because all you have to do is just travel to this spot. Death bells will be all throughout Morthal. If you haven't traveled there already, I suggest you do so you have that location. Also, another place where you can get vampire dust is to find a vampire haven. Haymar's Shame, which we did to get the Clavicus Vial mask, also houses a good number of vampires in there. That's where you can get some vampire dust. And Silver Ingot, well, if you've already been to Halted Stream Camp and you haven't transmuted everything into gold ingots, then this is a good place because it's an iron camp, but with the transmute spell that you get when you go in there, it can let you turn things from iron into silver, and that in turn will let you turn silver into silver ingots, and that will complete everything you need to come back here and then tell them that you got everything.
Yes. Ah, have you? Let Kesh have them. Yes, this will create a fine fume.
Also, one thing I wanted to point out is the flawless ruby is not assured.
Now, inhale deeply.
The flawless ruby is not assured when you go to the boat, so I suggest saving before you actually get to the boat itself. Everything else is pretty much in a static location, but the flawless ruby, it may require some saves. I found it on the first try, so I count myself a little bit lucky. So just be careful when you do that, so that way you don't put yourself behind. And inhale the fumes. This is some straight hookah. This is like the hookah version of Skyrim.
I would have you hear me well. So let these vapors fill your lungs.
And then you just talk to the dude.
I have watched you for some time, you know. The decisions you've made intrigue me. And I wonder if you are the proper agent for a task of mine.
Then you just indulge him a little bit further.
I sent a blessing to Mundus, a wasting plague that infected a scattering of Breton villages. One of my monks, the elf Orchendor, was sent to gather these afflicted. He shepherded them into Bathardoms for me, but has since lost his way. I will not stand for betrayal. I want you to go to Bathardoms and kill Orchendor in my name. So you have, mortal. Go now. Kill Orchendor.
Best weed this side of Skyrim. Now, our next location is going to be Bathardoms, which is a short distance away from the Shrine of Periite. We've already discovered this location, so all you have to do is just travel there. And it already appears on your map as an undiscovered location if you haven't discovered it, since you're so close to it. So all you gotta do is just come up this way to a Dwemer ruin that is probably gonna have some hostile Periite followers or Orchendor followers. They're usually right here. And for some reason, they like to spit.
Never should have come.
I'll give you an example. Yeah, like that. Nasty. Just nasty. I don't see how they can do that. Oh, we're afflicted, so that's one way to fight people. Let's vomit on them. Who's the genius that came up with that plan? And there's nothing up there, so we gotta proceed down into this temple down here. Woo! That could have been the end of me if I was not careful. Do not pull that switch. I mean, you can pull it if there's people coming down after you. That'll make it a lot more fun. But do not pull that switch. If you're at the bottom and you're not paying attention, you will get skewered. And now you go to the Bathardoms Upper District. Which makes me wonder just how sophisticated are the Dwemer for them to make entire cities underground that end up being buried by the rest of Skyrim. And thousands of years of everybody else. Makes you wonder sometimes. But that's not the task at hand. We need to go through here. Well, not necessarily through here, because that looks preoccupied. Alright, they're asleep. Open the door. Yes. Alright, go proceed through this way. That's another side room, I believe. Yep, side room, so continue down this way, where more afflicted refugees are known to house themselves. Deal with them however you will.
If you deem us worthy. Our leader, Orchendor, has led us here, and for that we are thankful. He has shown us that our suffering is not a punishment, but a blessing.
Yes, a blessing. For many months we have sought your guidance, yet we have heard nothing from you. If we do not please you, give us a sign so that we may understand why.
Yes, a sign. We are lost without your guidance. On the 9th of Rain's hand, our prayers went unanswered. Yet here we stand, not faltering in our belief that soon you will show yourself to us.
Yes, show yourself to us. Until that day, we will continue to devote our lives to you and suffer for you.
Yes, suffer for you.
Okay, I think that's enough.
Get it!
Your prayers have been answered with death. Be careful what you pray for. Death and life is in the power of the tongue. So, now we gotta proceed through here, killing numerous people along the way.
Never should have come here.
By afflicted. By afflicted. By afflicted. Afflicted by. Alright, open this up. And that'll open up the doorways up there. And I don't have the perks to decapitate people with this sword yet. I think it'll look more awesome when I become able to decapitate people. But I need to invest a little bit more perks into that. So just make your way through the rest of this temple and go all the way to here. And then just make your way down here. Is this something I can unlock? Nope, just a regular gate. Then make your way down this slope. And with plenty of afflicted refugees here.
Over here.
Nasty. Why do y'all think that's a viable way to attack people? Just throwing up on them. You see what it gets you? It gets you death. That's bad. And now we proceed into the workshop, which is kind of deep, but it provides me ample chances to increase my two-handed. So I'm actually glad this thing doesn't do a whole bunch of damage. But if I were to use my mace, that would increase my... Ooh, where were you? Well, I know where you're going. Oblivion! Alright, let's proceed up here. No, let's proceed down here, because that's where we need to go.
Over here.
You seem stronger. Or it could be because of that spell that you put on yourself. Wait, are you dead already? Wow, that was so weak. So very weak. Disappoint me. And now back to the Bethardom's Upper District again.
That the best you can do? Damn.
The combination of the Ebony Blade and Ebony Mail is a good mix, because not only are you draining health, but they're constantly getting poisoned. So it makes good for a... That is nasty, girl! That is so unbecoming of a lady. Vomiting on a person as a means to attack them. That is not attractive. And I believe this may be the last room, lower district. Either that, or I just haven't played this game in a while. Yep, because we have more door signs posted. When's the next time my two-handed is going to be upgraded? It's been a while since I've seen that bar pop up. Actually, now that I got the time. Ooh, what's going on with me? Why does my health look this bad? Haha! Alright. Are you not entertained? Oh, and he's down. Ladies and gentlemen, table games. Alright, just proceed further into this ruin. There's a lot of rooms and a lot of Dwemer stuff as well, so it's good for stocking up on, well, dwarven metals. just in case your smithing needs to be upgraded just a little bit. So you're gonna want to continue through the rest of this room. I wish I could pop those and just see what happens. But continue through here, killing anyone that gets in your way, which is essentially everyone.
Someone there?
Bet you weren't expecting that, were you? Nope. I don't know what that does, but apparently it's enough to block. Oh, there you are. That is nasty. Stop doing that. Did y'all literally just lose sight of me?
Is someone there?
Magic doesn't work on me, at least not as well. Alright, we don't need to worry about that dwarven sphere down there. We just need to get into this room, the study. I believe this may be the last room. Nope. And you followed me. How did y'all follow me? How did y'all follow me? Spear Master. I don't think I've ever gone up against this one. Either that or I wasn't paying attention. But he's down. And what do you have that makes you so great? Nothing! Aha! Now we're at the final room. Lower district. No! We still got more backtracking! But we're almost there. Because at least we're on the upper levels. The upper room! So just run through here as quickly as you can. I mean, you pretty much killed everybody else that's here, so you don't need to worry about much resistance. Never mind! You know how nasty it is to be vomited on by a lady. And one of you can use... That is nasty! Stop that! That is disgusting! You want someone to vomit on you? If I vomit on you, you gonna look at me like I'm crazy, yet I'm supposed to accept it when you do it? Stupid! Alright, Bethardum's Arcanix. And what does the marker say? This is the room! Finally! But now we gotta traverse through this entire area all the way up there. Fine. Alright. Take out these dwarven structures because they're gonna become annoying if you don't, and they can easily swarm. This is the lowest my health has been in a long time. I mean, I'm not complaining, but I'm actually starting to run up on enemies that aren't being killed as quickly as I jump into the fray. So, guess I gotta keep my eye on that. Really? You're gonna be here? Really? Really? Well, at least you're not a Dwarven Centurion Master. Those get annoying. with this. Grand Soul Gem. I'll take you just in case. I'm starting to get lower and lower on space. Just gonna sprint all the way there. And when we pass through that way, who we need to kill is through that way.
Is someone there?
What the? Are you teleporting? Okay, let me go ahead and use this again. I hate teleporting enemies. And I hate crossbow. Stop it! Stop moving! No, you're not healing yourself. You're dead. And he has a flawless ruby on him. Wow. Ain't that a coinky-dink. Ebony boots. What are you doing with ebony boots on? Ooh, this is stuff that I can disenchant. Also, the only thing I'm actually missing is an ebony helmet, but that's what I got the vial mask on for. So it works out in my favor. All in all, I think that went well. Open the door. Actually, search the chest. Diamond, neck of health. Ooh, this is stuff that I can disenchant. Increase my enchanting just a little bit so I can increase my blade swords. Or whatever swords I choose to use. I don't know. Alright, and we're out. And now we're going back to the shrine. Oh man, that Thanksgiving food is smelling good. Do I even want to know where this hag raven came from? Probably not. Breathe deeply.
Well done, mortal. All things are in their order, and Orchendor roams the pits. His betrayal will be punished, and your obedience is rewarded.
Very well, goodbye.
Embrace order and hard truth, mortal. Goodbye.
And completed the only cure. Alright, let's see what we got. And what we have is the Spellbreaker. Nice shield, by the way. While blocking, creates a ward that protects against spells for up to 50 points. So this is a shield we're going to be using because this is better than what we had before. So this is no longer necessary. But we're going to keep the ebony blade on. So this is the third to last. Only 2 more artifacts to go. So have a happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy yourselves. Eat and be hearty. And I will see you all in the next video. So as always, later peoples.